Hey, what's going on? Before I get into this, I just want to say I think Fortnite is a great game. Even though I don't like it, I think it's a great game still. Just like any other multiplayer like Call of Duty. They're still pretty good games. And Fortnite's a great game, but I just don't like it, and I'm going to explain why right here. So, the Rise and Jack boss fight in footage in the background. Let me explain this now. The main thing that I like about campaigns that I don't like with multiplayers is that you can learn them. What I mean is that when you're losing a campaign, it means that you're getting beat a bunch and you're messing up on things, or you don't know what to do right. As you can see here, you need to put down this Ragnarok. That's something that you have to learn to do. And once you start to master these things, then you start to excel. That's why I love single player stuff like Rise and Jack, and in co-op counts, I guess, too. But the thing about multiplayer games such as Fortnite or Call of Duty that I finally understood is that it doesn't matter if you learn everything, because multiplayer games aren't about knowing what to do. It's about knowing more than the other the other people in your lobby. You see, when you're on a multiplayer, and if you've been playing multiplayer for like your whole life and you learn everything, you know exactly what to do in exactly the right situations and everything, just like with Rise and Jack, where you know the boss fight and you know how to complete it. If you know exactly how to do anything in multiplayer, basically, you're still gonna lose. Even though in single player you'll always win pretty much, as long as you know what to do and you do it all right. So in other words, in multiplayer, you don't have to fail to fail. In single player, you have to fail to fail. So if you fail in single player, you're gonna lose. If you fail in multiplayer, then you're gonna lose. If you don't fail in multiplayer, you're still gonna lose. You see what I'm saying here? In Fortnite or Call of Duty and any other game like that, since it's multiplayer and you're playing against actual people, then even if you do everything good, then there's always going to be somebody that can outplay you in that moment. So in the most basic terms I can put it, in single player things, you can learn how to win, and then you can guarantee yourself to win every time as long as you follow what you've learned. But in multiplayer, you can learn things, sure, but you can never guarantee yourself that you'll win. As long as you do everything right, in single player games, most of the time you'll be okay. But with the games such as Call of Duty or Fortnite, there's always going to be something that happens, like the guy busts through a wall that you're not expecting from behind you, and then he just shotguns you, or something like that, or a guy camping in the corner, as you see. And the point is that you can't learn to win every time like you can in single player games, and that's why I hate Fortnite, and that's why I hate most multiplayer stuff. And there's one exception to that, and that is War Mode that I've been playing right here. So as you see, War Mode is, you still die, and it doesn't matter how good you are, you're still gonna die. But the thing about it is that dying does not mean winning or failing. Winning or failing means doing the objectives. So it's you kind of still have a good control over whether you'll win or fail, and it's not like you're still gonna fail. You're not gonna win every single time, but that's because of your teammates. Most of the time you do things right. And, I mean, even if you do fail, if you were trying hard the whole time and doing good, you actually still had fun. Now let me put up an example. Here we are on the Rise and Jack, same gameplay, and I didn't see the Panzer to my left, and that's what got me killed. Because I stopped moving and I stood still and I started shooting, and that's how I died. I could have prevented that. Now let's move over to Call of Duty. Right here, there's nothing that I can learn from my death to stop it from happening again. It's just you're gonna die. And it's the same for Fortnite. You're still gonna lose at times, even if you don't make any mistakes yourself. So let's recap a bit. It's not just Fortnite. It's not just Fortnite. It's anything online against other players, any multiplayer versus other humans. Because the problem with that is that on single player games, if you don't make any mistakes, then you'll win. Guaranteed. In multiplayer games, if you don't make any mistakes, you can still lose. And that's why I hate it. There's no being good and then just not losing because you're that good. That doesn't happen. You lose no matter what. At times. And the reason that I've been blinded by this for so long is just because it's still fun getting kills. But the fact that you're gonna die so much anyway, no matter how much you've mastered the game, is just stopping me from liking it very much. Especially considering that I like jumping between a lot of different games instead of one thing at a time. And then there are people that solely play Fortnite or solely play COD World War II multiplayer that have so much more experience that they're always going to be better. You know? So there you have it. That's why I hate Fortnite, and that's why I hate anything really, any online multiplayer. That's probably going to include Black Ops 4. I'm probably still going to play it a bit because it's still fun at times. It's still a great game. But just the simple nature of how it plays, I hate it. Hope somebody out there agrees, and I'll see you next one.